Yo, what's going on? What's going on? I go by the name of Andrew Dowda. You are now tuned into the What's Going On podcast. So today I got a very, very special guest, man. This is my guy. You know, he been rocking with me through my fitness journey. You know, like a guider, teacher, coach. What else you want to call yourself?
I rock with coach. I'll leave it there.
All right, we leave it there.
That sums it all up.
He's a great dude, man. Great brother, man. Got my guy Justin with me, my trainer, man. What's going on, boss?
What's up, brother? I appreciate that. Appreciate you, bringing me on the podcast. Definitely was waiting for to get on here with you, talk a little bit more.
I think the people wanted you too, man. They're like, yo, when you gonna get him on here?
I'm glad. I'm blessed to be able to, to be requested.
Yes, sir.
Definitely a great feeling.
So I got an easy topic for you today, brother. Something that's, I think, around your realm of expertise. It's about overall just fitness, nutrition, and, some common misconceptions or common tips that we could use to, get the people feeling well about their lives, you know what I'm saying, feeling motivated. I guess I could start off with, what got you into fitness?
So me, personally, it got me, messed up on that one, but started when I was younger. My family's been in the health all of my life. My mom, she works at a clinic. My brother does pharmaceuticals. My grandma worked at a halfway home. So it's always been something I've been around. Say like high school, I started doing track, started doing football. I was a little overweight when I was younger, so it was constantly I always wanted to like get into. I feel like that was a way of being more of a man, being more in control of yourself, like being more powerful. It's like, I wasn't in shape. So I started running track. The worst option possible.
You slow?
Slow. I had asthma. It was just a bad thing. I tried. Then I did like students run Philly style. It was like this thing you ran like miles. Try to get to the marathon. Needless to say, I never ran a marathon. So that did last very long. Then I got into football, and that's what really really got me into fitness. Like, oh shit, I can lift weights. I'm strong. Obviously, it's like, oh, I can hit people. So like, oh, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
But then I didn't really have the football knowledge, to know how to read plays, stuff like that. So I just kind of learned oh, I can still lift weights though.
Yeah.
And then when I met my athletic trainer, I forget his name, but I met my athletic trainer, and he got me into really into the fitness idea of going to school for it. But he did athletic training, which is more the rehab part of it, and that's kind of what I wanted to do. So when he told me, he was like, looking to school for college where you could leave. I went to West Catholic, and he was like, looking to the schools, looking to athletic training. So I looked into it, but when I seen it, it fell under the umbrella of kinesiology, nutrition, stuff like that. So I was like, oh, so I can kind of go to school and learn how to train people.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much where the career came from, and then the love was just really just trying to make sure I can be a better self, because I didn't like being the way I was when I was younger. I got teased about it, stuff like that. So it was kind of I want to change this.
It's so interesting you noted that, you didn't like the way, you mentioned, you were big. It's funny, because I used to play football, too. So I've been around fitness myself. It's like, you mentioned you were big, you were teased about, the weight, I guess?
Yeah, it was more or less the weight. My brother did track, so he wasn't, really, out of shape. So it was, kind of just me, you got this, your brother's real skinny, and then you got this kid over here, it's
big as hell.
Yeah, the opposite, for lack of better words, to be as correct as possible. But, he's the opposite, so it was just more or less I didn't like the way it was. Then, growing up, it's just being teased, nothing. Now I got older, I understand, that's the name of the game, but that's what compelled me to want to do it, so it's all about the perspective change, really, understanding, it was bad when I was younger, but then you look at it now, it's that's just the name of the game. Yeah, it's just gonna happen. Yeah. But that's what really got me into it. And then, like I said, I met my athletic trainer, and I realized, I can go to school for this, and then that was pretty much oh shoot, yeah, I'm oh, I'm lit, I'm good. I don't got no complaints.
Yes, sir. No, it's tough. No, I mean, I could see that. You know what I'm saying? But I could also relate to it as well. Once again, I've always tried to be. I also played football for a long time. I was always on the athletic path until I got to college, right? That's when stuff started slowing down, parties were here, then drinks was here, then then I had an old girlfriend, so you ain't gonna go to the gym to get spend time with her, then all that, and then I kind of lost motivation along the way. It's weird, over time I just felt like gym. I didn't want to really go, or if I did want to go, I want to just get it over with, get it quickly.
Yeah, no, I've been in that phase. I've definitely been in that area.
How that did that change you? Like, did you ever feel like when you got there, there was a time when I don't know, like you kind of just like, man, forget fitness, or like lost that love?
Definitely. So when I graduated from Westchester University, I went through like this whole like depression spell. I was just by myself. I moved back home with my mom, and it wasn't as my family did. It was more or less just like I was in a place of like, yo, what do I want to do with my career? I had some issues from school that I had to take care of when it comes to graduation and fun. So it just wasn't a good place. I wasn't working at the time because I just graduated. So that year before I graduated and the year after was a time that I put on like 50, 60 pounds.
Yeah.
Mainly because the kinesiology, the last little bit, was like extremely hard. The anatomy class, and all like that. So
always that college thing that makes everybody like
exactly. So like when you say that, bro, I'm looking at you, I'm like, yo, I feel that. Like I feel that pain, you know. And then just was going to Wawa. Yeah. Enjoying my last year of school. Yeah.
Chick-fil-A, you know what I'm saying?
We had Chick-fil-A on campus, bro. So Chick-fil-A every day.
Them chicken sandwiches.
Bro, with the boy. But yeah, so we had I had went through like that time frame, and it just wasn't a good time. But it definitely helped me refocus on what I want to do. You know, help me connect with people like you, because it really understood like, yo, like when I wasn't working out, it wasn't about the look. The look was what started when I was younger. You know, but when I got older, I realized it's like therapy for me. Something that's relaxing. So those 2 years, like I really was like in a depressive spell. I wasn't happy with myself. I didn't really have a drive to do a lot of things, and it just I seen it reflect on other people. And then once I like got out of that, started working out more, getting back to where I'm, you know, back into shape, because I was in shape in high school. Like I was doing football and track, and then after like the middle of college, once school started picking up and the class got hard, it was just like, yeah, I don't know how to make this work. Yeah, you know, I wanted to have more fun. Yeah, but that time was like a difficult time, but it definitely was like, yo, like you really do love this. Like this is something that you need to, you know, continue doing. So that's what got me to where I'm at now, to really like, yo, like, you went to school for this, use this. Why are you not using it? Like you just go sit here and just go through all this, go through all this darn stressing and then not use it.
So I mean, that's what depression could do for you. I mean, I could speak on it too. Like before I met you, really, I went through quarantine. I went through a whole depressive spell myself. Like, bro, it was the worst. Like I'd come home like not like wanting to do, just going straight to my room, straight to my bed. Not wanting to talk to nobody. Like, and it was just like the worst. I think when I first met you, I kind of like said it. I was just like, you know what? Cause you just like tell me what your goal was, and I was like, hey man, I ain't gonna lie, my goal is like kind of like to find happiness again or something like that. Like I just wasn't feeling myself, and I think like fitness. The moment the gym opened back up, I was like, you know what? I wasn't gonna lie, like a lot of things that made me upset, but like the gym was one of those things where you could really just release it and you come back and just like forget about everything you kind of felt frustrated on. So I was like, why not do that but have a goal in mind and get a trainer?
Yeah.
Like, could hurt.
Yeah, no, I agree. It definitely, it's a therapy session.
Yeah.
Release some tension, relax. And on top of that, most people ain't gonna bother you while you in the gym. Because like, all right, that's a good excuse. It's like, I'm playing ball, bro, I can't do it. I'm lifting weight, I can't do it. So it's definitely a good, that's how I see it too. It's a way to remove myself and like, you know, get that clarity. So I definitely feel you on that one. It definitely will help you take you out of a bad place.
It makes it fun too. Every time we have a session, I swear we have fun
all the time. Bro.
Joking like crazy.
That's how it's supposed to be, bro. You know what I mean? Definitely one of the biggest things. You want to make sure, like I told you from day one, I want to have a relationship with my clients, and you know, definitely this is what we have now. So that's how it's supposed to always be. That's always the goal.
So that's always the goal. And look where we started. For those that don't know, I introduced him as my trainer. I was on a real fitness journey to really like, I guess, get back into more primal shape than I ever really was. And I remember when I met, I think it was Caitlin, that's when she introduced me to you, and she was like, yeah, Justin will actually help you get there. I was like, alright, sure. I was like, this couldn't be hard. I was a fitness guy. I ain't gonna lie. No, sir. This was hard. It was hard.
Them box squats in the beginning, that was no joke.
Yeah, that was a poop. Then you know what I'm saying? When you look back there, you look back now, and like all the science you've taught me along the way with it, like certain things I never really picked up on. I was like, wait, Come on, bro. This don't make no sense.
All the time, bro. Like, yo, it can't be that. I'm like, bro, I'm telling you, it's real simple, bro. We just keeping it simple.
And then it was as simple as it was. The weight just started. The moment I even start paying attention. The funny thing is, I didn't even have a time specific goal. I think I just more so I was like, but I don't care how long I get, as long as I just get there. And it just happened so fast. It was like, oh, all right, I guess.
Like, oh, I'm there now. Dang, what to say?
Yeah, what we do now, right?
What we do next? That's the biggest thing. That's love.
And I'm like, yeah, man. Like if we could have, like you always say, like I think the best thing is to pay it forward, man. Like, yo, if you can impart that wisdom on others, it's kind of it's cool, right?
Yeah, it's a blessing. I mean, to be able to have that perspective, like, yo, I can give this to people. It's like, yo, like, what else in the world is better than, like, yo, I help people. Like, if you go down today, I'm like, bro, I just help 10 people's lives become better. It's like, it don't become much better than that. It's like, and on top of that, it's like, I'm training, I'm having fun. It's like, I'm be working out at home, so it's like, bring that. Yeah, it's like,
energy there. It's cool.
Yeah, it's like my days don't change. It's a beautiful thing. So it's like, to have the opportunity, it's like, oh, shoot. Say no more. It's like, what?
That's tough, you know. I'm glad you do what you love, because that's a real important thing. Because some people really just do it because, all right, maybe I just went to school for it. I can get the bread, but like I could really see the energy you get. Like this is what you really love. Like the energy you put in.
Appreciate it.
It's crazy. It's love, bro. It's real love. Like I tell people all the time. Like I was like, yo, I really got lucky when I met Justin.
That's a tear in my eye, bro. Oh, Lord.
I'm gassing him on camera, but it's cool, man.
Appreciate that love. Oh, Lord. Here we go.
So like we could talk, because I know from the knowledge you gave me, like I was like, all right, this is how I move, right? But some people, like even like some of my friends, they be like, bro, why do you do that? Why do you do things like? So we could talk about like common misconceptions.
Got you.
Like I guess common misconception number one. Actually, it's funny about the milk thing up on your post. So let's expand more on stuff like that, like nutrition wise, common misconceptions people have, like. Alright, like people think, alright, if I eat like a whole bunch of nuts, you know, or like that would be my protein intake,
Gotcha.
Or like a whole, like drinking milk, thinking like, okay, I can get, yes, a strong bones. Even like drinking red wine, and they think like red wine is like
super healthy
for your heart. You know what I'm saying? Those common misconceptions I think that need to be addressed.
Got you. So the first one I'll definitely like to address, like the nuts, like, you know, all the almonds, pistachios, stuff like that. It does give you protein. Like, I'm not gonna knock that. And I tell people, you know, we talk about all the time. Like, I'm not saying it doesn't give you protein, but the amount of protein that you get from those is not sufficient. It's just not enough. And the reason being is because the protein. I'm not saying that you have to eat meat. I tell you that all the time. Like, you know, if you want to eat fish, I tell all clients, you know, whatever you feel comfortable with. Fish. If you want to have, like, you know, some type of any type of meat, anything like that. But the protein you get from like nuts aren't, I'm not gonna say it's not real, but essentially it's not animal made or human made. So your body doesn't know how to recognize it as much, for lack of better words. Yeah. So it's like if you're focused on getting your protein from nuts, it's like you're not gonna get a complete protein source. Yeah. To keep it real simple. Now I'm not saying that, you know, you have to like eat other meat products. You can get like vegan protein, you can get like what else? Say you can put like, you know, rice and beans together, something like that. There's ways, but the protein that comes from like nuts and stuff like that is not a complete protein source. I'm actually gonna have a post about that, so I can go in more detail about that one too. But no, it's not really.
Yeah, I was telling people all the time too, like if you really read, because a lot of people I think don't read the back of the labels, and that could be a big part of it. They could just assume based on what they probably see on social media, what the internet tells them. And instead of like really reading the back of the label, like every time I read the back of the label, I'm like, this one has 3 grams. Alright,
that's a big.
I gotta try
That's a big thing to realize. I mean, I'm not saying, you know, reading a label is something that takes time. We're not really conditioned or, you know, taught to read like labels. You think about schooling. Nobody really has nutrition classes in school, so it's like that's really taboo to look at a label. First of all, it's a different language. Essentially, you know, it is in English obviously, but it's like when you look at it, it's like most people, the general public is not understanding like, yo, this is what it is, this is what it is. So, not, you know, the label part is really a crucial part, but it takes time. You know, once you start to read, it's like, oh shoot, I didn't know that this is what it had, this is what it's not. Like, for instance, nuts. That's more of a fat source than it is a protein source.
Exactly.
But if you hear people say like, hey, you know, this is a healthy food, you're just gonna go indulge in healthy food. But it's like, What if you don't need all that right now?
Yeah.
You know it.
What if you could still have that little bit of Chick-fil-A on the side?
There we go. That's what I like to hear.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, honestly, like when you told me that, like I remember one time we were going over like the food breakdown for the day, and you were like, bro, you could still have like fries. And I was like, isn't that healthy? And then I started thinking it was like, bro, you can still have fries. It's still carbs, right? And I was like, so I was like, oh, like a light bulb went off. I'm like, so I'm starting to think like, there's no such thing as healthy food or not healthy food. It's just more so which one is more nutrient dense, I guess. Like food is just gonna be food.
Once you get in your stomach and it leaves, you know it's gonna look the same. Your body's not looking at the difference like, oh, this is like sweet potato fries and potato fries. It's not looking at the difference like that.
Yeah.
That makes things way too complicated. And I'm not saying that like, don't get me wrong, like white rice and brown rice. For a prime example, a lot of people get that mixed up. There's nothing better about either one. Granted that the brown rice has more fiber. It has a little bit more minerals in there. But how much minerals are you getting from that rice compared to white rice? That's the main thing.
Yeah.
So granted, if you eat brown rice, you will stay full longer, you know, because it has more fiber. White rice will make you a little bit hungrier because it doesn't have as much fiber.
More fiber.
You know, so that's really the only thing that makes a difference. However, like we always talk about, what's sustainable? If you don't like brown rice, don't eat brown rice. Like that's the biggest thing.
Remember I said that, you like, bro, you don't like it, I love it.
That's all I say. Like it's what you can sustain is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
If you can find something that you like, and like there's nothing wrong with these foods. It's just that we're eating a lot of those foods.
To the point that we're not really measuring, I guess, yeah, like we're not really measuring how, yeah, like say like, I remember one time someone told me they had a whole carton of this, and I was like, that's like 700 calories or something like that. I was like, hey yo, you gonna have to chill. Because I would like show them, and I was like, yeah, you gonna have to chill. They were like, but like, dang, that's really bad. I'm like, yeah.
It's not necessarily because there's a lot of calories. I know some people could be listening to this and like, oh, because it's too much calories. No, it's just that whole drink that you had at 700, you could have had 2 other meals with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that would have made you feel a lot fuller. You know, you're gonna be at work like, I'm hungry. It's like, bro, you could have had that 700 calories you had in that drink could have been made to like a chicken salad wrap, and then you could have had like some nuts and something like that after that to keep yourself full. Yeah. That's the main thing. So it's like you just drunk all that at one time. It's like
it don't make, it's not like it don't make sense. It's like you human.
Yeah.
But I think then what we're trying to say is like just be realistic with your diet. Cause I think on the other end, people think, okay, I have to be on this particular diet or like be like doing intermittent fasting. Nothing wrong with intermittent fasting, but like do keto, which is cool too. But like I think it's just more so the realisticness.
Yeah, no, and I mean that's a topic in itself. Like when it comes to like diets, it's all about what you can stick to. Everybody's different, you know, and that's what we talk about. It's not no thing about like, hey, you can't eat past night like 8 o'clock. A lot of these things are marketing things, and it's just like, hey, you know, and people want something to be a part of too. Yeah. So it's like, hey, you know, if I'm part of the keto group, but it's not necessarily about like, oh, keto or low carb, high carb. It's that you're eating less food, and it just makes it easier for you to not have to think about like, if I'm not eating bread, that's a whole amount of food you don't have to think about compared to you reading the label. Yeah. So none of those diets are like significantly better. It's just like they just whatever fits for your body. Exactly. And if you want to think less, then just kind of whole food groups. Like I can only eat 1 or 2 things. Boom. Most people like that simplicity. So that doesn't have nothing to do with the diet being better. It's just the fact that it just takes away less thinking. Right. You know, the way we do it, it requires a lot of thinking. You know, you're looking at food labels, you're looking at stuff that's like, dang. So it works for different people. Yeah. Diets ain't no better. So. You know, but that's something we definitely will expand more on. Yeah, because, you know, we got to go on our segment. But we ended on a great note. So when we come back, we're going to talk more about diets and other nutritional things with fitness, man. And this is what's going on. And we're back. What's going on? What's going on? I go by the name of Andrew Dada, and you are tuned into the What's Going On podcast once again. Joined by a very special guest of mine, my good friend and good trainer, Justin. What's going on, man? What's up, y'all? What's up? Justin in the building, NutriFit Premier, you know, finest. You had to shout it out. I thought you were going to shout it the first time, but alright. You got to do a little subtle because you're expecting it. There you go. Smart man. Alright. So we talked about, I guess, what brought you to fitness.
you know, and then we briefly touched about foods. We could actually do, and you know, we talked about our certain misconceptions, maybe with you know understanding reading the back a little. Not many people do it, but you know, people do follow diets, and whatever diet fits you as long as you make sure you, I guess, whatever your goal is, right?
Stay consistent to it too. That's the biggest thing. It's not, you know, if you like it, you can rock with it and you can be consistent with it.
Yeah.
To continue with it. But if it's something that you don't like and it's not, you know, you just struggling with it, you know, I ain't knocking nobody, but keto, it's like, yo, you not gonna eat no bread? I don't know. I like me some bacon, egg, cheese sandwiches. I don't know how people cut bread out.
Me too.
Yeah,
certain foods just like
I don't know if that's worth the price. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Let's talk about fitness. Like, I know nutrition is a part of fitness, but I meant like the one we all been waiting for, the gym part.
There we go.
You know what I mean? Like, let's talk about common misconceptions there. Like, okay, bad form. What does bad form look like? And Justin's a big believer on form, guys. Like, I'm telling you, yo, Justin won't even. If you start lifting big weight, bro, he'll be like, hey, no. He'll stop me when he before I even start thinking about my. Like, thing is, bro, like, I used to say, like, there's certain workouts I actually liked, and I was like, and Justin was like, why don't you like them no more? Well, he's like, I ain't even gonna ask you.
I straight walked through. I was like, I'm not even gonna ask you. Let me keep it pushing. I know what you about to say.
And then I was like, so sorry anyway. I was like, because you. So like,
them just started to hurt.
Yeah, bro. But like, I think what I liked them when I was younger. And a lot of people, I even started talking to people, some of my friends and colleagues that like, I used to play football. They were like, yo, we just put in on weight. We never really focused on our form and everything.
I mean, shoot, I was in the same football. You 14, 16, 17, bro. I'm just throwing something around. I ain't worried about where my feet is at.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You also was young, so you can recover faster. So it's like, I don't need to care.
Right. So as an adult, like, it's like, as I started lifting weights, like the bench, for example, I'm like, yo,
it still really hurt.
I was like, yo, that's wild. But like, I never noticed that it was probably just because my form was just off. Because I was just lifting like that my whole life. Yeah. To know that the form was actually off, and then when I was actually lifting it, I was like, wait, bro, oh, nah. Like,
this is a different conversation.
This is a different, like, type of pain, bro.
My chest really hurt, bro. I don't know.
Yeah, my chest was tight for like days. Days.
I was like, yo, bro, oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm about to do. But when it comes to form, though, you know, my biggest thing is we talk about all the time when keep it natural, be soft in your body. That's my main thing, because at the end of the day, we don't want to be injured. That's kind of crazy how we just talk about, like, you know, when we was in high school. You know, now we 27, 28, 26. We don't got. I can't just be off for a week of work. You know, we can't be just throwing something around. You know, our body's a little more precious, a little bit more. You know, you gotta take a little more careful with that. But when it comes to anything, we talk about like, yo, we're doing squats. Let's think about when we sit in the chair. That's the first thing we talked about. Everything we try to do, I try to make everything, especially me, when it comes to my training approach and you know, way we work together too. Just keep it natural. Nothing's excessive. If you squat and you sit in the chair, you know, if you're doing a deadlift, imagine yourself picking up a bag of clothes. You know, try to keep it as natural as possible so you can lower the risk of injury. You don't get injured typically sitting in the chair. No. You know what I mean? So it's like when you start doing excessive stuff, trying to jump off, you know, doing Bosu balls and stability stuff, it's like, all right, you know,
dog.
It looked good. You know, I'm not going to deny that. I'm not going to deny that.
That's
it does look good.
Great workout video.
Right? It looked phenomenal, but it's like functionally and life wise, it's just like, I mean, unless. If I'm training somebody that's a football player, then yeah, but I mean,
I'm training the average Joe.
Even me, I'm not doing all that. Like, I'm not. What do I need to have my ankles all strong and sturdy for and rolling? I don't need all that.
Like, yeah, you gonna show a picture of your ankles?
Yeah, it's like,
yo, check out. I did ankle day, guys.
Yeah, so I'm like, you know, I'm not knocking people for doing that. That's just not my approach. But I like to keep things as natural as possible. Right. You know, keep it soft in your body. Make sure we're not jerking. Those slow reps do hurt. We know that. Those slow reps do hurt.
They hurt, man. You ain't taking from nobody else, bro. Bro. I laugh,
bird.
It's a bird, bro.
That's legit. That's a bird. You know, but that's how we can make sure that, you know, that's a science behind it. Make sure that your muscles we're using all your muscles. We don't have to throw around crazy weight to get the pump. You know, me and you know, you put on great weight. You know, squats like that, but we're not doing no 300, 400, and you look amazing.
Yeah.
You know, we was doing lightweight, just make sure your muscles were just getting the connection with your body, understanding how your body's going to react to certain things, and keeping it natural.
Yeah.
You know, once you get the form, it's like your body's a machine.
At that point, it just goes where it needs to go.
Exactly. Then the strength came with it, but you know, the main thing was just worrying about the form. So now you handle the bigger weight, you can go to work next day. You're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
All you did was pick up a heavy bag of clothes.
Right. Yeah, shit, I even think of it like that till now.
There we go. Ah, damn. You know what I mean?
You gotta pick up a bag of clothes. That's kind of cool.
And that's what we always say. Try to keep things simple. You know, we talk about food, bro. You know, don't make your fries something serious. It's Chick-fil-A. At the end of the day, your body sees it as carbs.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, like, I remember even going to, like, I mean, we could talk more about recovery on like, later in the topic, but, like, even stuff like the pull-ups or, like, certain things, like, you were like, yo, extend more because you want to actually hit your back. Like, I wouldn't know that I'm actually just only touching my biceps when I stopped at a certain point. And I was like, oh.
Light bulb.
And I was like, wait, this actually, my back hurts.
Oh, yeah, I actually feel this, but dang, I like it.
I was like, oh. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain sides, I think, not just me, though. Like, a lot of people don't know. Like, a lot of times I see people in the gym, like, and I'm like, now that we both experience, I'm like, oh, that's bad. Hey, yo.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not judging, like, bro, I really don't want you to get hurt. But it's mechanics, and like anything that has mechanics involved with it, you know, it takes a lot of time to learn. You know, the mechanics of a job, the mechanics of a car, you know, those things take time. There's a lot of different aspects that comes with it. And I always tell people, I'm not pushing when it comes to, you know, personal training, but, you know, just be careful on your body. If you're going to do it, you know, try to do it. Yeah, be gentle. Yeah. I won't want to say properly because it's kind of like, Dad's like, bro, I thought I was doing it properly from the beginning. Just try to do it a little bit softer. Be a little bit softer in your body. The jerking, it's like that. That's my main thing. A lot of things be corrected. If you're not jerking your muscles, that solves a lot of problems. The jerking and the jumping up and down, like, all right, yo, you can blew your hamstring off just doing too much.
Doing too much, right.
The weight your body can use to handle a little bit more than the jerking, the constant back and forth, switching things up. You know, people squat and bouncing off the squat. Yeah. It's not the weight, it's the fact you're just stressing your body.
Too much, yeah. That's crazy, because you also be having great quotes, because, like, I'm about to tell you another great quote he said. He said, I remember he used to say, like, you could lift it. It's another day to lift that, bro. I remember when I always want to get that last rep, but I couldn't, and he's like, just lift it another day, dog. It's all good, bro. It's all good.
It hurts. It's our ego, especially especially when it comes to, I'm not gonna say only men, but when it comes to us, it's like, yo, I can get this. Yeah, you can, but it's like, why would we risk injury? You're not like, you have life to live. That's my main priority. Second thing is like, if your form goes, it ain't gonna count anyway. So it ain't gonna make. So just call it now. Let's be safe and not lose the form and just rock out there. And then legit, every time we say you're gonna come back, you come back with 3 more than what you had before.
So like, I brought up my new topic: be better than tomorrow. I mean, yesterday.
No, correction. No, facts. Yeah, that's it. Progress over perfection, man. That's one of the biggest things. You can't. Perfection is subjective. So it's like, the more you progress and the more you constantly like making those adjustments that you've been doing, practicing your day, your roles.
Yeah, he was on me so much about the form, bro. I got so tight. I was like,
I'm tired of hearing this boy voice, yo.
Like, that's great though, because some people can't receive feedback like that. Like, you tell people that, and they'll be like, well, you don't know what you're talking about. And I'm hurting themselves. Like, people that can actually like pay attention and I really understand, like, all right, let me actually see what he's talking about. Because I'm really not seeing until I really practice, and I'm like, oh, okay. And I actually imagine the weight on me, so when I come back, he's like, oh, hey, your form is out.
I was like, okay. I was like, yo, bro, okay. So what you been doing? He's like, oh, I've been practicing. I can dig it.
It's because of respect. It's because at the end of the day, it's like, you're working off of yourself. Like, you could say you're working off of this, or I'm just trying to go to the beach so I can look good for the pictures. But who are the pictures really for? For you, because you want to take those pictures. I mean, yeah, you want to show people off, but like, you showing people what you
work for, what you did. It's your body, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's your temple, no, right?
That's what makes fitness so cool. That's what got me so like excited. 'Cause I can even translate it to my daily work, because like it brought me confidence that I lost kind of like during my states of like just being down in the dumps and everything. Like, it brought that confidence back. It brought like I could smile more because I feel happy and stuff like that. Just because like you know, I've learned all these things. Like fitness really bought that out of me. I mean, I just get so excited now to do a lot more things.
No, bro. That's exactly, and legitimately, that's why I love what I do. To hear something like this, it's like, bro, this is a blessing to be like, yo, your knowledge helped me be a better person. There's no better blessing, and that's legitimately what I had when I was going through my depression. It was like, yo, like, I'm like, I didn't have nothing to live for essentially. You know, I didn't have a routine. And I'm not saying like in a dark place. It's just more like I didn't like, I didn't have a routine.
It wasn't great,
yeah. You wasn't waking up to do anything. You didn't have a purpose. And at the end of the day, you know, I myself can speak for myself. I want a purpose. You know, that's what I look for. It's like, yo, like, what am I getting up for today? Right. Now it's like I'm getting up to go to the gym and talk to y'all, talk to everybody. Like, hey, you know, that's a purpose. It's a helpful feeling. So it's like that, like not working out. You know, I feel that. It's like, yo, like, what am I doing in my life? I'm just sitting here, just wasting. And your body becomes stale. It's just like, you're not moving.
You're not moving, just down in the,
in the dumps. It's like, man.
Bottom of the gutter.
Yeah. So it definitely does help. Like, it definitely puts your mind in a better place. It gives you a purpose. You start to eat better because you're eating towards that.
You're eating towards your goal because, like, when I first started, the reason I bring up all these funny stories is because it relates to these topics. Like, Justin talked about, like, eating better. Like, it actually did, because it was a chain reaction. I actually did eat better, because one time we were working out, I had chicken and waffles. I still eat chicken and waffles. But like,
I'm still going to say I still eat my chicken and waffles.
But, like,
I like it.
The chicken and waffle at the time was all I ate. And then and I came to the workout, the chicken and waffles was about to be barfed.
That's about to be back up, bro.
And then it was like, he was like, what'd you have to eat today? I was like, chicken and waffles. And I was like, yeah, well, you know what I mean? Did you have anything else? And I was like, nah. He was like, see, well, maybe the chicken and waffles is what
That's not how it be sounding.
He was like, yeah, well, maybe the chicken and waffles is not allowed to be what we going for.
That's definitely like, I don't know, bro. I don't think that'd be a good choice to keep doing. You're looking like trash right now. I don't know if you want to keep doing that. I ain't know I sound like that, guys. I'm sorry. Every client gets their own treatment, and Andrew is different. This is my guy, so we get a little different conversations. But I'm just saying, I was like, I ain't know I sound like that. Like, oh, hey, you know, that's a bad thing, bro. You know, like, you looking kind of queasy over there. I don't know how you feeling. How you holding up? So I don't know.
Like, yo, my eyes were closed and everything. He's like, yeah, tell me how you feeling, man. He's like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't feel good. He's like, yeah. I mean, I would've felt good. I'm like, yo, this guy, bro.
So I wouldn't feel that good either. So I don't know, bro. Chicken waffles ain't the best option. I don't know, but if you like it, I love it. I don't know what to say past this one.
Yeah, man. But like, when I started thinking about like, all right, well, I still eat chicken. Like I said, I'll still eat chicken waffles now, like, you know, but. At the time, yes, I did calm it down because I was like, maybe let's look at healthier options to kind of give me better recovery for the workout. And it was kind of cool because like I started noticing over time, I started eating more. I'm not going to say cleaner, like I said, there's no such thing as healthy or bad food. But I just started eating more foods that were geared towards like my macros are like proteins, your carbohydrates and fats and all that. Like, so like I want geared towards something that could give me better workout performance. That way I could do all these workouts and not really feel ashamed. Like, oh, I messed up. I'm gonna throw barf this up.
That's a big thing, and this to just go over that too. You know, macros is nothing that it does sound kind of taboo sometimes, but macros is simply macronutrients, proteins, which is like your meats, your eggs, so on and so forth. Your fishes, carbs is just like your breads, your pastas, potatoes, fats is like your oils. Nuts, stuff like that. Nothing that's taboo. We over here try to make it as simple as possible. We don't try to look at foods as healthy or not healthy. It's protein, fats, and carbs. Keep it simple. That's the way we like. Yeah. So I like to make sure people understand it's essentially just the food pyramid. You got your grains, your meats, and you got your grains. Essentially all it is just a different terminology. So if you ever hear that, y'all see that anywhere, or any other coach talks about it, just understand it's not something that should be too taboo. This is just the same thing we learned when we was younger with the food pyramid. Just a different word. Different word.
I started to even understand like how valuable like stuff like that is. Like carbs, like a lot of people associate carbs as the bad guy, but like carbs is you can't workouts we do now, if I wasn't eating
I
carbs,
would have passed out.
I would have passed out. Like, carbs are great for your energy. Like, they give you energy. Like, when you eat them, like, breads or, like, you know what I mean? Or, like, waffles. Like, you would think, like, okay, why don't you barf it up, Andrew? I don't barf it up because, like, I have more strength now. Like, I could do that. Like, you know what I mean? The protein, I keep the protein because the protein keeps the muscles going. You know what I'm saying? And fat, you definitely need that because it's good for you. What you told me was like, one time I said, y'all try to be low fat. He's like, well, fat good for your skin, right? So, fat actually kind of necessary. Your body made of fat. And I was like, dang, you sound like my dad. I was like,
oh, dang.
All right, bro. All right, I got you.
Let me go get some fats, bro. Let me throw some butter on this real quick. I got you. That's funny. But, that's love, just to have that knowledge. And that's the thing I love to see. And that's why I always told you. The results is for you. I want you to have the knowledge to be able to. You telling about what I do more than I tell about. That's beautiful. That's the most beautiful thing. It's like you have that knowledge of nutrition. Yeah. Nobody can take that away. That's the main thing that we work on is to make sure you have the knowledge.
Make sure you have the knowledge. Because what's better is your knowledge. Like I'm not a personal trainer. It's really funny. How many people hit me on IG like, yo, you trying let's work out together, bro.
That's beautiful.
Or like, yo, can you teach me how to do that? And I'm like, I got you, bro.
There you go.
Like, it's like, yeah, bro. Like, I have to give credit to you. I give credit where credit's due. Just because. It's like I learned this from somebody else who taught me a way that worked for me. So.
Yeah, and that's a big myth. Side note, because I wasn't touching it, we didn't touch on it. Like the whole carb thing. Carb is not bad, guys. I want everybody to understand that. My philosophy, for lack of better words, when it comes to it, is just carbs are just easy to indulge in. You can eat a lot of, like, nobody ever gets full of a plate of rice. Yeah. Those things that you think about with carbs are carb-heavy meals. And with that being said, carbs aren't bad. They just can make you gain weight fast because you can eat so much of them. Like, who gets full off of Skittles? Yeah. Who gets full off of rice?
Facts.
Like, who gets, like, you may get full of potatoes, but think about how much mashed potatoes you got on your plate when you get full. It's like, bro, you done ate a lot of potatoes. Yeah. And that's where, but you never like, I ate too much steak. Like, bro, when it's like, yo, I ate too much meat or too much fish. Yeah, it's like, yo, my stomach is full. That's the thing about it. And that's where, carbs become demonized. And a lot of people, health professionals, as such, they rather not explain all that. It's like, and I'm not saying in a bad way. It's just easier sometimes. Some people don't want to hear all that science stuff.
Just stay away from it.
Yeah, just stay away from it. Boom. So that's where the keto and low carb diet started to click on because it's like, I don't want to hear all the explanation. Some people don't want the science behind it. Some people do. The people that don't want it, and me, I would comfortably assume, hey, do a keto because you don't really got to ask all the science. Just know if you don't eat the bread, you're going to win. Yeah. So, but there's nothing wrong with the carbs. The food itself isn't bad. That they have whole grains, they have, healthy fats. I mean, not fats, carbs. So, it's just that they're that you can eat so much. Like the sugar you put in your yams, the juice. Nobody gets full off of juice. Right. Like,
nobody gets full off juice. Yeah, because, bro. Because why not? It's just juice.
Yeah. And, those are things that add up quickly. And it's like, hey, I'm not sure why I'm not, getting to my goals. Like, well, you're drinking a lot of your carbs. And it's not that the carbs are bad, it's that the items that are carb heavy are easy to indulge.
Just eating too much of it.
And you will never recognize, like, no, who knows how I ate too much rice. By the time you figure out how much rice you ate on the plate, bro.
You're just like, all right.
Yeah, it's like the plate's going. Like, the plate, like, yo, I don't even know how much I just ate. I just kept eating. Yeah. Which I don't blame. I ain't mad. I love me some rice,
You feel me? And that's gonna be a great segment. I think we can, talk more about any closing remarks, in the next segment, and allow ourselves to really understand where do we go from here. So how that sound with you?
Sound good with me.
Hey man, we get talk through a great topic. That's what's going on. Yo, what's going on? I go by the name of Andrew Dada, and you are now tuned in once again to the What's Going On podcast, man.
I like it. It's a little smooth. It rolls off real easy.
Yeah. I'm joined by a very special guest, man. Once again, I gotta give honor to my guys. You guys want to know how I got the journey? Through the guidance of this guy right here, Justin, man. What's going on, bro?
What's up? I mean, I ain't do much, brother. I'm just here just to guide. I ain't do too much. You just did all the hard work, good brother.
Yes, sir.
My God. But Justin joined, just make sure y'all know that. NutriFit Premier.
Hey, we shouting ourselves out.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It's
there we
all
go.
Good. We shouted ourselves out early. I was going to tell you just show them your page, man. Let them know where they can follow you. We can do it early. I don't even care. We can let them know where they could follow you, where they could, reach out. Cause I know a lot of people say, "Yo, what's your trainer?" And I'm like, bro, you got tag YG. You can just click on his page, talk to him. But I guess let's bring it up. Where can they find the trainer that started it up?
Got you. So right now I'm on Instagram only. I have a LinkedIn and a Facebook, but I'm still building those up. Primarily, I'm on Instagram at NutriFit Premier. So NutriFitPremier. NutriFit Premier on Instagram. You can also email me at justin@nutrifitpremier.net if you want to talk a little bit quicker. But I will be getting my YouTube channel and everything else up soon. But right now, primarily just Instagram.
Yeah, right here, guys. Yeah, I'll put that more in the description for y'all too. So if I hear more of those, where's the link to your trainer? I'm just gonna be like, bro, I put on the YouTube. Bro. I don't know what else I could do for you.
Or just go on your tag pictures. It's right there. Just saying, guys. Or his transformation post is legitimately on there. Just drop it in.
Finding that everywhere.
just putting it out there, guys. Put it out there. That's it.
Yeah, bro. Guys, you have any questions for me? I know we talked more about your fitness and tips for you, but you have anything for me?
So, of course, my first question is, what was your journey like? What's your thoughts on, I feel like everything went very smooth.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on your overall takeaway?
So, starting off, I wanted to, like I told you before, I wanted to fix things. But I think I was, at the time, my motivation still wasn't there. So I wasn't taking stuff as serious. You know what I mean? It was evident, I would do it, but, I would always, nutrition would be off, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I really wasn't feeling the workout and all that.
I get like that.
And then over time, I don't know what, it's like a light bulb subconsciously clicked in my head, and I was like, let me start taking stuff real serious. Not only in with the fitness at work too and everything like that. Let me actually turn up the pace.
No, definitely.
I guess fitness, taking stuff serious in the word, turn up the pace with what I wanted to do. And then the motivation itself found itself there. Over time, I started enjoying what I do. I started seeing myself hit my PR one day, then the next day just conquer it again.
Just keep doing it.
Kept conquering it, and it was like, all right,
I like this.
This is cool. And it's that kind of just gave me my motivation. Cause just all right, I could do well, but I'm doing well, but I could be better. And over time I start seeing my body start changing. I'm like, yo, Justin, bro, I just got some ass. Hey, yo, my ass coming back. Or yo, my muscles got 10 times bigger. Or we started because I know retro, so we do in-body tests to test out your skeletal muscle mass, body fat, and all that. And we started seeing all right, I started at 14, now I'm at 12, now I'm 10, and just yesterday I just turned to 6. I was whoa, what, 6?
That's how your abs start popping. That's why I'm doing something popping. No, the body fat got real low. Here we go.
It was just yeah, man. It became such a cool journey because I don't know, it kind of changed my life. It kind of changed the way I thought. Even with stuff I don't even mention the heart rate thing. We talk about keeping our heart rate up, keeping our, your condition where your body can have, we could go up to a high heart rate. I'll be dead with those workouts. And just calm down. I'm like, wait, you really calm down that fast? No, but we're gonna take a bigger break, bro.
I'm still struggling, bro. That's quality of life, man. Your heart is able to exert all that. You can go to your max and then come back and be relaxed. And that's sparks this life. That's something that's overlooked. Most people don't have a metric to gauge it, but to know that your heart is strong and pumping, that means your life is strong and pumping. Your purpose is
my purpose driven. It's crazy. Every time I go to, every time I come home, my roommate's bro, where you going? Nah, I'll talk to you later. I gotta go to the gym.
I
got a dip. But they used to tell me bro, I never seen that mentality from you until recently. You just bro, nothing's stopping you. I remember I got my manicure. One of my friends yo, you about to go? I was I'm about to hit the gym. They're bro, really? You not gonna take a break after the manicure? I'm nope.
Yeah, I just gotta go.
Go straight there.
Check the app. I gotta work up, bro. I'm dipping. I gotta go.
The only if I see on that app it says rest there, but alright, yeah, cool. Nah, man, But like it allows me, like I can still work out and still live my life. It's kind of what like kind of makes me like happy. Like, you know, like a lot of times people think like, oh, if you don't want to do this one day, like, oh, I'm just canceling it out. And I'm like, no, I don't. I still eat it. I'm just not gonna eat it today.
I'm just eat it tomorrow, bro. It's leftover. I'll eat it tomorrow.
Like that's love though. Like it just makes it cool because like it's like, all right, if I can eat what I've been eating, there's no reason for me to really like care.
Yeah, it makes it simple.
You know, and I guess that's what I could really appreciate you for, man. For like really opening my eyes to see that again. You know what I'm saying? See that there is like love in fitness, and there is love in like understanding like how your body can be happy can translate to other things. You approach it with that like fitness mindset, or like I used to approach it with athletic mindset. Cause when I approach it athletically to like real life, it like I start going.
Yeah.
I start going, like my mind starts racing. I start thinking, I'm like, all right, we're gonna break this down smooth. We're gonna make it slow and steady, and like everything else will just work for itself.
Yeah, I feel it. I'm honored, man.
Yeah, bro.
So what do you feel like is one of your, you know, the three biggest things that helped you the most when you went through this? You know, that we talked about, or someone, you know, help the people listening. You know, they might want some tips.
Yeah, man. Well, first off, it's the cardio. So actually,
My guy.
The cardio, man. Like I'm gonna break this down for y'all. Like, so what people don't understand is your weightlifting can also be your cardio. You could. Your weightlifting actually can be your cardio. It's that people, I think, with common misconception, like, and I used to do that too, is like, it would take really long rest times, and you would think like, oh, weightlifting is easy. But until you realize like your rest time, actually when you start really feeling seeing your heart drop, like I used to say, like my heart go boom. I'm like, nah. Like it's like yeah, because your rest is like your body's constrained. Like all right, you're back to your calm. Now you have to go back up again, and that's your cardio. Because like a lot of times people don't understand. Like my cardio, I could like my goal. One of my goals, like I realized when I walked up the steps until recently, like it was tiring walking up the steps. I can run up the steps, no problem. I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? But like that's just because it's something like cardio. Like we rarely do cardio. Like the most I did was walking. Walking for like 40 minutes, walking for like 15, walking for like 20, walking for like 10. Like just walking. Like and I was like, I even told some of my friends that they're like, bro, just walking? I'm like, yeah, bro, just walking.
just all I'm doing is just walking.
And walking and watching YouTube.
I was able to put YouTube on, put my roast on, and just be chilling.
Chilling, bro. Just walking. And then the next thing you know, now we just actually started doing some sprints, but like it's not even barely. It was like 20-second sprints, then 40-second rest, and it's like, you know, it's like it's not. It's more so like I learned stuff like that. It's like sometimes you don't even need all that cardio because your weightlifting could be your cardio. You know, whatever you like to do. If you like to box, you could box. That's your cardio. Cause I know a lot of people like to fight. It's cool. Like, you can do that. It's good. Nobody's telling you. What I'm trying to say is there's no one way. I think that's what I learned. There's no one way for you to get your fitness on. You know what I'm saying? There's no one way for you to understand like, oh, I need to get my heart. You can get your heart rate up in a lot of ways. That's why I even bring up walking. Because something as simple as walking can bring your heart rate up. Then what else is there for real? Like, you know what I mean? Like I even learned you could burn calories in your sleep. You know how many people know that as well? Yeah. And I started taking my sleep more serious. It was stuff like that. When you told me stuff like that, it was like, okay, you burn calories in sleep. Let me start taking sleep more serious. Let me start actually like meditating more. Let me take my mind. Let me get my mind at rest, so my body could be at rest.
You're more conscious. That's beautiful.
You see what I'm saying? So it was a super chain reaction of journey. It was like, okay, I'm learning this, but I could do this to make this better, and like that's what kind of put me up. Like, and it was like that's cool. That was cool.
Now the cardio is definitely one. That's definitely a big thing. You know, that's the thing about it. It goes back to the whole principle, sustainability. You can walk any day. Yeah. Even if you don't got a treadmill, bro, just go outside. Just keep your heart. Just put your power walking shoes on. And then just get a little satchel and pump them down and start working.
And just go on YouTube, bro. It's all good.
Exactly.
And I think. Did I give all three?
No, that was like one big one. All right,
so the other two ones will be quick. All right. Number two, what was it? Cardio, nutrition, most definitely, because nutrition, like I said, I learned that you don't have, no food is bad food. You just have to be careful what you choose for what you want to eat. And that's the only thing. Like, it's okay, you can have, nobody telling you can't have donuts. You can have donuts. You gotta make sure that one donut It's not gonna affect you the rest of the day because otherwise you gotta chill. You could have pizza. You lifting. I remember one time at the gym, it was such love. Like the dude was like, "Yo, bro, I had to dap you up. Like I seen those squats you were doing, and they were one of the most quality squats I've ever seen in my life." And I was like, "My God."
There we go. That's all I like this. Like, yeah, bro, I appreciate you. I'm gonna get back to my squats though. I don't want to lose my pump, bro. But I appreciate you. I appreciate you, though.
That was tough, bro. You know, and I think that's the confidence and I guess other people's validation gave me that validation. Like, wow, yeah. And when people start noticing the results, I'm like, yeah, bro, it's really working. It's really working. And those were the things that kind of just like what I learned, that type of thing.
Now we here.
Yeah.
It worked. There you go. You did everything possible, brother. You know what I mean? But the cardio, those are very pivotal things. That's one of the biggest things. Like, we're not doing excessive cardio. That's just it's not needed. If you are a marathon runner, for other coaches,
don't do that.
Yeah, I have clients that do like the running line. I'm like, hey, that's for you. But for me and you, when it comes to that personalization, it's like it's not needed. That's not, you want to burn calories, bro. We've seen you can burn a couple hundred. Yeah, you can burn the whole couple hundred.
Burn 1,000 off like ab day, like.
Right? You get sprayed through your abs, and bro, you're gonna burn up the calories. You don't gotta really be out there on the treadmill for 35, 40 minutes unless you just like cardio. Yeah. That's a piece of your mind, peace of mind to the place where some people do fun, they run as high. Who am I to tell you, to take that away? But if you're doing it for the simple fact of burning calories, it's like, bro, you don't go enjoy your time with your family. Go home and meditate, yo. You don't need to be on this thing for 45 minutes.
Yeah, but you don't need to be on it.
Like,
I literally, every time I was just walking 45 minutes this morning, I'm like, bro, do I really want to do this? The moment I get off, I'm going right out the door. I'm leaving. Right out the door.
I'm not talking, I'm just dipping. My mask on and I'm out. I'm out. I'm going.
I'm gone.
No, and I mean, that's another thing. We probably had a couple of days of cardio, like long cardio bouts. We very rarely did it. Probably like 30 minutes once a week. Yeah. And most things just 10 minutes. That's all we was doing, legit. Just 10 minutes.
Look at what happened, bro. It's life. It's life, bro. Like I'm telling y'all, it's not hard. It's just more so what do you want out of it. And I think when you want a goal out of what your fitness is, like if you want to be, alright, if you want to do it for your body, yeah, you want to have a cool body, bro, by all means, we gotta work for it though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna deny someone say I want to get 10 pounds of muscle. Yeah, you can do that, bro. It's cool.
10 pounds of muscle work.
10 pounds of muscle work. You know what I mean? It ain't like one of those like I can go to gym once and then like not go to gym again. Like you gonna have to like consistently put your effort in. And once you do that, I'm telling you, man, life gets beautiful. Like if you don't even, that's why I said I don't put a time specific goal. I personally don't. And other aspects of when it comes to like stuff like fitness, I don't put a time specific. Yeah. And that works for me. I think that's gonna be if anything, it'll be a fourth thing. Like because I think if I didn't put a time specific, the work was just gonna show for itself. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if I put a time specific, if I wasn't hitting my goal, say at like a month or two, I'd be like, oh man, I gotta give up. But like the moment I just said, nah, I don't care about just getting there. Yeah, I just got there.
That's definitely it. That's definitely a big thing. Cause I mean, once you put time on there, I'm not against it. I'm not against it, but it's like you're only focused on the destination. The process itself is the most beautiful thing. Cause once you get there, you can't go back. Like you're not gonna just put the 20, 30 pounds you just lost back on and like, all right, now I actually do want to feel this. So it's like, and that's something that's hard to understand. Cause like that's like understand like you're living in the storm right now. That's a hard concept to understand sometimes. Like that's the beauty. That's like the rose grew from concrete. The stuff that you come out of, like, yo, this is the beautiful part. But once the rose is there, you admire it. But it's not like you care more about where the rose came from. And I feel like a lot of us when we're doing fitness, I try to tell talk to clients about that. Just in general, it's like enjoy the process. It's not a fun process. I'm not gonna say it's like I'm not gonna say it's fun. Like it's rewarding. It gets bad.
It gets bad, bro.
But you're gonna be really sad when you get to the finish line and you look back and it's like, damn, like I don't got my progress pictures. I don't got my weight. I don't know what I did. I'm just here now. That's like
that's sad, bro.
Yeah, like and me, I look at it as life. Like I said, everything we talk about is about something simple. It's like, bro, when you get the job, you want to buy or even the woman, the person, the significant other, the husband, the wife. I did all this to get here. You want to be like, oh, here go a wife. It's like I don't love this. Like I love that. Yeah, it's like I like you.
I love the progress.
Yeah, I love the fights you went through. I love the trial and tribulation that we overcame. I love those things. That's what makes you special. And if you just skip past that, it's just like Yeah, it's like I just got you, but I don't got you, you know. So that's the biggest process. Like, you know, really enjoy like the journey. There's gonna be some ups and downs. There's gonna be some rebounds.
But then you gonna be right where you supposed to be.
It's gonna be way more ups than there's downs. Always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just gotta stick through it. But no, I love those tips, man. And I hope people that hear that, you know, definitely gonna put those out there so people know. Those are some good tips right there. We don't do cardio, guys. We don't do cardio. I don't like it. We don't like it.
I really hate running. You feel me? Like, it's cool.
I'm good off that.
Man, that was really powerful, man. We ended on a real powerful note. You know, usually it'll be a segment where we introduce your NutriFit beer, but like since you already did it the first time, it's cool. Like, I think this is a very, I guess, cool topic about fitness that, you know, I think people will like appreciate, you know, and people will appreciate, and hopefully you will impart some of it. Like, you don't have to do what we or Justin do. Like, well, like I said, what me and Justin do literally is for me. Like, it's literally, it's like everybody's workout is different. Like, if you want, like I said, you want to box, you want to do jiu-jitsu. If you play basketball, come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You do flag football or something. I don't know any, like, tackle football you playing, but like, yeah, if you want to do whatever you want to do, go ahead, bro. It's fitness. As long as you staying active, you staying healthy. As long as you care about you seeing stuff about your body, you noticing stuff, you relaxing your body at times. Man, life's beautiful, man.
Treat your body nice, man. Treat your body nice and be soft on yourself, man.
Yeah. And that's gonna conclude our podcast, man. Justin, it's always a pleasure to have you on here, good brother.
All right, brother. I appreciate you for having me here, man.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
like I said, follow me on Instagram, NutriFit Premier. I'm honored to be here. I'm happy to have this relationship. I'm happy, you know, I'm blessed to have the opportunity to be here. So,
Yes, sir.
nothing but love, brother.
Yes, sir, man. You know, you can always follow me. You know, Dada. I changed my name now. So
Dada the fit. What is it? I seen it.
Dada the lifter.
I see it. I'm like, oh, you not Dada the die no more. I peeped that joke. I was gonna tell you. It sucks.
Yeah, you can go ahead and follow me. And my new Instagram name is Dada2_the2_lifter.
Not the die. They lifted there. It's living.
Dada the lifter, man. And of course, you can follow the What's Going On page, what_S going on pod, man. We're gonna be on everywhere. Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever you can listen to. YouTube, you know. Just tune in.
There you go.
That's all I have, man. That's what's going on.